Hello all, S2JW here. That stands for Super Social Justice Warrior, not to be confused with
Super Serial
Social Justice Warrior. Today I want to talk about an important organization that isn't getting enough attention, Racists Anonymous.
In Sunnyvale tonight, a pastor working to combat racism by treating it like an addiction. Reporter John Blackstone takes us inside the program that is turning heads tonight.
I'm Morgan, and I'm a racist.
Something that is usually unspeakable.
I'm Bonnie, and I'm a racist.
Is a conversation starter at a meeting of Racists Anonymous.
I'm Daryl, and I'm a racist.
Participants in the multiracial group try to become more aware of their own biases.
That means that if an Arabic person gets on a plane and I automatically think terrorist.
Their goal is to abolish racism from their communities by first eliminating it from themselves.
Often we don't even realize we're being racist.
Pastor Ron Buford started the weekly meetings last November at his Congregational Church in Sunnyvale, California, after watching town after town get eaten up by hate and violence, so often born out of prejudice.
Black Lives Matter has made a wonderful impact in so many ways, but this is a different approach.
focused on the individual.
That's right. Instead of talking about other people's racism, to say, it's me.
Morgan has been a participant since the beginning.
I hadn't considered myself a racist coming here, but once we got into these discussions, it started me thinking, maybe there is a little bit of racism in everybody, and that I was one of them.
Let's have the group hug here. Come on, come on.
In a nation searching for answers, it's a small step, but a step in the right direction. John Blackstone, CBS News, Sunnyvale, California.
Finally, we see actual acknowledgement from white people of their supremacy and racist ideology. And kudos to those black people supporting them and being part of the organization, even though they are incapable of racism. Of course, the comments, as always, are quite triggering. Is this satire or is it real? What the hell is this? WTF is this, LMAO? We have now entered the twilight zone. This is complete garbage. The racists of 2021 are your minorities, especially the coloreds. Thankfully, there are some people who are righteous and enlightened. This is opening a dialogue for members of society to take responsibility for the illness of racism that we are all inherently responsible for. Thank you, RA, for leading the battle against racism. It's a start. These undertreatment of the white mind can now get the help. Perfect. So, I looked deeper into this organization, and you can see this snippet from their About page. Will we as Americans ever get over our racism? On the night that President Barack Obama was elected, I called Mommy, my mother's best friend, still alive at the age of 102, when this granddaughter of freed slaves answered the phone. Without saying hello, I asked, Mommy, can you believe what just happened? I will never forget Mommy's words as long as I live. Is there anything too hard for the Lord? Now, nearly 8 years later, we ask that same question, as we seem to have made less progress than we had hoped concerning Racism America's ailing and illegitimate child with slavery. A recent study reported by Anderson Cooper on CNN shows that a significant percentage of African American children and other children of color see their black/brown skin as inferior to white skin. Even more recent studies by racism experts, such as Joe Fegan of Texas A&M University, as reported in the New York Times, raise troubling questions. And here are some of their 12 steps of their program. Number 1, I have come to admit that I am powerless over my addiction to racism in ways I am unable to recognize fully, let alone manage. Number 2, I believe that only a power greater than me can restore me and my humanness to the non-racist creature as God designed me to be. Number 3, for my own good and the good of future generations, I have decided to turn my will and my life over to the care of God insofar as I understand God. Number 4, I've made a searching and fearless moral inventory of myself concerning my bias toward others on the basis of race, class, gender, physical attributes, abilities, nationality, sexual orientation, and more. And finally, 5, I have admitted to God, to myself, and to another human being the exact nature of my wrongful thoughts and actions. Unfortunately, since 97% of American culture is white culture, you can see that their Twitter page has 0 to 1 likes and retweets on all their posts. I mean, that's even worse than my popularity. So, what's the solution here? Well, when the Democrats gain control of the House and Senate after we finish counting votes for 2 weeks, Biden needs to pass a law mandating that every white person in America attend a Racists Anonymous meeting daily, with a remote Zoom option for unvaccinated lepers. This is S2JW, signing out.